FS-150 is $199 US. Like, that is insane. So in this next shot I'm about to show you, I only used one light, and that's the brand new Nanlite FS-150, and boy it's absolutely amazing. And the good thing about it is that it's a good budget option for people that are just starting to get into, you know, lighting stuff and into the industry, but they don't compromise on light quality considering the price is so low. Now real quick, if you haven't actually heard of Nanlite before, it's kind of like this new brand from an old brand that's been around for 28 years called Nanlite, I think it's how you pronounce it. And they seem to be absolutely taking over the filmmaking world. And their focus is making the best quality lights for anywhere from a solo filmmaker all the way up to like big Hollywood productions. And they've already got a massive range of products on the market already, and they're just making more and more every single day. Now the FS-150 is their latest design, which is an AC powered LED mono light that is daylight balanced to 5600K. It has an output of 180 watts, a CRI of 96 and a TLCI of 98. So you know the color accuracy is going to be amazing. It's an all-in-one design specifically designed for studio-based photographers and filmmakers that don't need access to other features on their other models. Now my mate Marco actually borrowed this for a shoot that he had coming up, and he hadn't ever used Nanlite products before, and I also gave him the 120cm parabolic softbox, and literally as soon as the shoot finished, he texted me and was like, "How much does this cost? And where can I buy it?" He absolutely loved it. And the number one thing that he said that stood out over other products was just the sheer quality of the light. Now the big question that I've been getting asked a lot, and I've seen a lot on the internet, is why would you get the FS series over the Forza series? And it seems to be a big debate, and there's a few key differences that I'll go through now. So because the new FS series is designed to be used in a studio, the first thing you'll note is that you don't get a carry case with it. They're really designed to be set up and kind of like left in a studio environment, not kind of like set up, packed down, and kind of moved around. Whereas the Forza series is designed for people that are run and gun, so always packing up, setting down on the move, and it's kind of like, it's got this two-piece design where they've got the main bulb that just has the bare minimum, so it's nice and small and nice and light, and then they have the power cable that goes to a ballast, which actually sits on your light stand, and that has the power and all the menus and all the controls and whatnot, and you can also use battery powers to power the Forza series as well, and that just clips onto that ballast that sits on your light stand. And because the Forza series is for run and gun filmmakers, you also get a carry case with that as well that just houses everything, so when you do pack it down, you have something to protect all that stuff. So for example, if you want to boom a light over a subject or over an area, the FS series wouldn't be the best option because obviously everything's built into here, so you can't get access to all the controls, everything, like unless you have the remote, but you can't actually physically touch this because it's going to be boomed up. Whereas the Forza series, because the actual head or the bulb is just literally just that, and then all the controls and everything are on the ballast, you can boom it up somewhere, you can get an extension cable, you can put it right up there, it's nice and light, so you don't have to worry about having like massive heavy duty light stands, and then when it's up there, you can still control everything from the ground because obviously all the controls are in that ballast. So if you're a filmmaker that shoots remotely or is running gun and packing up and setting down, or you need DMX connectors, or you kind of like put lights in weird spots and you need to be able to control them from a base station, then the Forza series is much better for you, not so much the FS series. And like I was saying, the FS series also doesn't have DMX connectors, so if you're going to set up, you know, like 10, 20 of these and you want to control them all from one single panel, you can't do it with the FS series, you need the Forza series because they're the ones that have the DMX connectors. And again, like you don't get a carry case. And the carry cases for Nanlite products are actually like really good. They're really high quality, so you are kind of missing out on this. But in saying all this, it kind of sounds like the FS series isn't that great. But the main thing to keep in mind is that this is a budget option. And the good thing is that they haven't reduced the quality of the light or the quality of the actual product to make it cheaper. Like you're still getting that beautiful light quality and the good output that Nanlite products are known for, but because they've done something clever and they've combined it all into one unit and they've removed a few unnecessary things that you might not need, they're able to save costs and then pass that directly onto you. Now as for output, the FS-150 outputs 180 watts, which is more than enough for most situations. Now if you are going to try to compete with direct harsh sunlight, then the FS-150 with diffusion on it or a modifier is just a little bit underpowered. Like if you look at this clip, I am slightly darker than the sunlight outside, and this is just using one level of diffusion on the Nanlite 120cm parabolic softbox. However, if I was to just use the reflector that comes in the box, this one, and beam it straight at my face, then it is enough power, it just doesn't look that great. But remember, they also make an FS-200 and 300 series as well, which will give you a little bit of extra power. The FS-200 is rated at 250 watts and the FS-300 is rated at 330 watts. Now in terms of build quality, it's still absolutely amazing. It's super robust, super strong. Like it doesn't feel any cheaper than any of the other products, which I absolutely love. Now another thing I always get asked when reviewing lights is how loud the fans are, because if the fans are too loud and you're using it in say like an interview environment, then you're gonna have interference from the fan in your actual audio. So right now the fan is on and it is a little bit audible if I let you listen right now. But again, it's 150 watts, so you don't have to have it super close to your talent. You can afford to have it a little bit further away and then soften it a little bit more, so then it doesn't really interfere with the actual audio in like an interview or something. When did that light go off? I didn't see that go off. Right now, like all other Nanlite products, it does have built-in effects as well, which I absolutely love. The FS series has 11 effects, which are interval loop, flash, pulse, storm, TV, paparazzi, fire, bad bulb, fireworks, explosion, and welding. Now obviously it's a daylight balanced light, so the most practical ones would be interval loop, storm, TV, paparazzi, and welding, since all these kind of effects are based on whitish light sources. But if you do want to use the other effects like fire and fireworks and all that kind of stuff, you can just put a gel on the front and it actually works really good. The FS-150 has a Bowens type mount, so there's an absolute ton of different accessories you can get. A lot of people already have Bowens mount stuff. On this shot one, I actually used the parabolic 120cm softbox from Nanlite specifically. Absolutely amazing, like super big, super soft, and it just like looks so nice. Now one of my favorite features of the FS-150 is the fact that when you actually turn it on, it doesn't just go from 0 to 100 like instantly, like it actually fades up. It's still like quite aggressive, but I hate when you like turn lights on it and it just goes 0 to 100 instantly and just like burns your freaking eyes out. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention as well that on the stand on this side, there's actually like a little hole for you to put say like a studio umbrella in, which is really handy if you're going to be using this in a studio environment, because you can just add those kind of modifiers, which are very cheap and very easy and compact. Now overall, this light is absolutely amazing. I've been blown away by all the Nanlite products by just how good the light quality is and like the output. The output is just so freaking good. And for me, I shoot inside a lot. I'm not typically shooting on location that much, so not having access to like battery power and whatnot in the Forza series is not that big a deal for me. Now what you guys have all been waiting for, the price, and it is insane. The FS-150 is $199 US. Like, that is insane for 180 watts of power, super high light quality. Like, that's such good output. I can't even understand. That is such a good price. And like the FS-300, which is 330 watts of power, is only $349 US. Like, this lineup of lights is just such a good way for people that are wanting to get introduced to like lighting stuff and get access to super high quality, but at a cheaper price. This is the way to go. Like, you don't have to buy cheaper lights and then replace them later. This is what you want. Like, you won't have to replace this. It's just so good. Alright guys, if you did enjoy this one, then consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to find out more about the FS lineup or the FS-150, I'll leave some links down below. And as always guys, stay creative and just be you. See ya.